Hi, welcome back. I am back with some readings for the new moon in Scorpio. I'm a little surprised myself. I kept seeing a date of January 7th, shortly after I did the original deck reveal on this channel and created this channel. This is all just happening very quickly, but I'm following my intuition, I'm following my impulses and my guides. And with that, and with the energies that are happening right now, I was compelled to do a reading for New Moon in Scorpio. The New Moon in Scorpio is coming up, but this is also, if you happen to stumble across it, when you stumble across it, please do tune in, tap into it, and consider it a timeless reading. The way I've decided to do this reading, because I tend to be more energetic than I am astrological or I will take into account astrology and I will read into different I can channel in different things that way, but I'm feeling more than ever what I wanted to create here is a channel where we are choosing vibrationally. And if you are led to stumble across this channel, if you happen to come across and you see something here that that is inviting you in, then by all means tune into the deeper side of what you're hearing yourself, because I may be a conduit to some of these messages, but ultimately my goal and my aim always is to help everyone access that which we all have access to. So with that, what I've done is I've done the reading a little backwards. So these 4 cards that you see here were pulled at the very end of each stack that I pulled with the other cards. And what I asked for was that these visually and energetically symbolize the overall arc or message of, containing the other cards that I'd pulled for them. Those have also been read, and you can see me shuffling and pulling those afterward. But for now, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the new moon. I'm going to quiet the energy here, and then just invite you to close your eyes, open them, see which one of these cards speaks to you, and then you can skip ahead to the timestamp for it. And I also want you to play with this. If you feel that you have a question about someone else or for someone else, or you want to guide someone else, or if it's about, if you're split between 2 things and you feel that you want 2 messages, feel free to explore that way. But for the most part, just impulsively follow and go with your first impulse with whichever card you have, and see truly if that isn't a message for you right now. And again, I'll explain a little bit more as I'm channeling. The way I work is I will give specifics, but it is open to a bigger interpretation, and the idea is that you connect the dots, and that that this is just perhaps even the missing link to what you need to know for your situation. And I want you to feel that you've been involved in, choosing this and finding this channel here, and finding the message that you needed to hear right now in this moment. So for the new moon in Scorpio, Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth, and it's a very occult, dark sign, to do with a lot of magic. Anything especially suggests, like around Scorpio, suggests rebirth. And I want you to think right now about this new moon in Scorpio coming up on the 27th and 28th, depending on where you are in the world, about that kind of energy. This is that Scorpio energy with the birth, the death, and the rebirth paradigm. And in that, just understand that it can be deep and transforming, but it doesn't need to be scary. I mean, this card here from Moonology, it does say, new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. I want to suggest that you look at fears the way I do, and that is just simply resistance, anything that we have resistance to. All right, enough talk for now. I'm going to tune in. I'd like you guys to do the same. And don't think, just enjoy. Once again, this is the new moon in Scorpio, and this is the reading if you've picked this card, this symbol right here, which I'll get to in a moment. The new moon is in Scorpio, and this is the zodiac sign symbolizing death, rebirth, transformation. Scorpio is also known for its intense passion and deep emotional undercurrents. So as we get quiet during this new moon phase, I'm feeling messages that we will be ready for some solitude and some time to ponder where we are in our lives in this energy of Scorpio, and the Scorpio new moon, symbolic of such deep change and transformation. It's actually inviting us to be vulnerable in that space of ambiguity or the unknown, and to tap into our raw feelings and uncover our truth in this moment. So the color brown here, if you picked this symbol, I had actually this part covered up. I wanted to reveal it afterward if you weren't familiar with these cards. The message here, it says establish boundaries, but first of all, just to explain, brown is the color earth. And so therefore, it's our connection to our physical world, this life, this planet Earth. And I think of this color symbolic to the sign of Taurus and its strength, its honesty, stability, wholesomeness, reliability, and elegance. It's the color of warmth. It's typical to this season of fall. And if you think of brown as a stable, grounding element, it is one that stimulates the appetite as well. So as we begin, and that's actually keeping in tune with Taurus. So as we begin this reading, you're being asked to embrace this color as an element right now to help you connect to the nature, to nature rather, and to her healing properties, and to revive your energy and stimulate proper appetites, and create healthy boundaries. As this is saying, establish boundaries. So the card here that I picked, all of them will be launched in the same sequence. This is from Journey of Love, and it is the choice. So this is called the choice, and these are paintings that are done by Rassouli. I'm going to look up the painting that this one is, but for the choice, and there's also a poem that I will read from this book because it's just a nice way to anchor us into this reading, and it's just the way I chose to do these new moon readings. Ultimately, with anything to do with a choice, the messages that I'm really clearly getting is to choose, that there really is no wrong choice, that if we can let the oracle bring us the guidance, that there is so much safety in choosing now, that there's no wrong choice, and that you can just be left into this vibration where you feel at peace with your choice. Okay, so the painting on this card is Rassouli's Kingdom of the Sun. That is the title of the card, of the painting. The card is called The Choice, and I'm going to read this. Close your eyes, listen to the words I'm about to say, the poem that I'm about to say, and this can anchor us into this reading as we continue. and see what this message is here for the energy that you chose for this new moon in Scorpio. Our lives are measured in choices we have made along the path we call living. Each compass point a possibility, each step an opportunity. Seemingly random, each decision moves us inexorably in a direction, both unknown and yet somehow familiar. For upon reflection, the strength we find in choosing, or the surrender of letting all unfold, leads us to the place we started from when we made that first choice to be here again. That's beautiful. The poems here are by a poet by the name of Richard Cohn, and yeah, okay, so I have many Oracle and Tarot decks, and these are the ones that I don't know why, because some I normally use and some I don't use. But these are the ones that I decided to use and that I was led to use for this particular reading, for this launch and introduction. So I hope that they resonate with you. I feel in the way I read, it's telling a story, and it is weaving together the messages. The other thing is, though, I do my best to translate, any of the downloads that I'm hearing. Sometimes it might just be a message, specific. Usually I'm doing specific messages to a reading, but since this is a larger audience and a broader view, that's why I chose the method of pick a card, so that this is somewhat specific to you. This is somewhat specific to the space you're in or the question that you have. So this is from this is Doreen Virtue, Ascended Masters. Oh, Angus. Okay. I don't get the feeling this is a love reading, but anyway, this is the Twin Flame card, and this is Angus. And Angus is the Irish god of love. His story involves white doves and celestial songs from the sounds of his harp. If you wish to call upon the light of Angus to transform any residual darkness within you and reveal the light and the light being that also exists within you, and you want to take that or reveal that into the world, this is your invitation to do so. And I use specifically the darkness into the light because of the Scorpio new moon. If you can feel the love of Angus and ask to see his doves or to hear his songs, which vibrate at such a high frequency, they are of such pure vibration, you find that you will both understand and love within yourself, and you'll be able to take that energy forth into the world. It's this idea of being first that which you want to attract, that which you want to experience, and that which you want to be a part of. Other messages I am getting, stay positive. Oh, it's a very direct message, maybe to a select few. Stay positive, have patience with divine timing, and above all, keep your heart open. And furthermore, keep your heart open as a daily practice. With that annoying neighbor, or the rude clerk, or the obnoxious driver, this is a clear message for many of you to keep your heart open when it's easier to pinch off compassion and to be self-righteous. This is what's causing your delay. Oh, wow. Okay. So the purpose here is to help us see the love and the godliness in everyone and everything. And so along with the Celtic Irish god of love, Angus, call upon Archangel Shamuel. He's here now, and he will help you find that which is lost. He's the angel of pure and loving relationships. Shamuel, his name means it's he who sees God or he who seeks God. So for those of you who are still in pain or suffering over a relationship, please call in Shamuel right now to help heal and restore your heart and that of the other as well. I love the energy of Shamuel. I am just overcome with these emotions of excitement and pure love, and it's like the brink of tears but the brink of laughter. This is the energy that I feel when Shamuel comes through. All right, so I shuffled the cards, and these are the ones that I have not looked at. Wait, how does it? Okay, I pick two, and then I look at the bottom of the deck. And with this reading only, didn't happen with any of the other readings. When I picked up the bottom of the deck, it was in sequence. So I don't want to do a spoiler because I don't know what these are. So we'll start from just flipping them over. How's that? Okay. So we get the Magician in reverse. I think I want to just do it like that. I want to give you the messages first and then turn them over. So we get the Magician in reverse. The Magician. All right. The Magician it's the principle of communication and timing. So for me, this is not a card about manifesting like the games and prizes, but in recognizing that the true gift of magic is in communication and in contact with the divine, with that source energy, with that global consciousness or the universe, whatever you choose to call that which is not human, that which is energy beyond ourselves. This is also a card that can represent creativity in action, but it's in reversed. So it means that it's there, but the alignment is off. So often this access is denied. Now, if you look at this card right here, hopefully can focus in on it. This is from the Steampunk deck, one of my favorites. The infinity symbol is lit up above the magician's head, and it's depicted, you can't see it here, it's depicted like this cloud of smoke. Ooh, okay, I'm seeing, think about a plane in the sky writing, like a skywriting message. You know, it appears for a short while to remind us that it's there, but it will soon disappear from sight. But the message and the energy and the meaning remains. So because it's in reverse, this is highlighting the need right now to be patient with communication, as your communication skills may be a little bit off. You may feel a little disorganized or distracted. You might feel unclear with intentions and be in a state of indecision. It's like that lack of follow through or the false starts. But you can ask yourself, how am I communicating with others? Am I being generous in what I believe or see? In other words, am I giving the benefit of the doubt, or am I looking for ways to be offended and annoyed and, I don't know, righteously pissed off? For me, the Magician in reverse means a pinching off of what I have access to, what we all have access to. So it's a restriction from this natural flow, or, you know, what we would know as the downward stream of life, when one is in flow and in the magic of life, at the right place, at the right time, etc. You know, we know how that feels, and this is not easily accessible to us right now. So ask yourself, am I allowing something bigger than myself or my ego or the desire to direct, you know, the show or control the show or control what's going on? Am I allowing something bigger than myself to flow through me? Am I opened up to experience magic and the power of life, or am I getting in my own way? You know, I mean, like, look at this guy. He is offering us something that he knows is a constant and always present. He's like magic. He has learned how to harness it, and he knows how to direct it or allow it in a way that appears effortless and so also confident. You know, but this is deceptive because it's through his mastery, it's through his discipline and his practice, but it's also available to all of us. So in reverse, this card is saying that the magic is always there. Am I actually using it? You know, notice here, the wand is down here. He's actually not holding the wand. It's not necessary. He's holding the cup, which represents emotions. He has the infinity and the blessing of the divine and the pure abundance hovering over his head. He is centered and it is all lit up. He is yielding the sword, which is a mastery of the mind, a mastery of how we direct our thoughts and how we create our own reality. The magical wand is actually at his feet. It's laying at his feet. It's commanded, you know, right there at his foot. It's just, oh my God, I just love this card. So the Magician is a reminder of how our mind is a powerful tool when it is in synchronicity to the natural forces that are all around us. In other words, ask, am I in alignment with the universe, with source energy, with the greater good, with something more powerful than my human self? So ultimately, none of this is taking away from my abundance. This is that message. The Magician actually ensures it. It enhances it. In reverse, this can also be a message, you know, to check your motives. Are you being manipulative? Are you trying to control an outcome? Are you sharing bits of information but not the whole picture? Am I being transparent when it's important for me to be clear and honest and forthright? And again, I use specifically these words, and I'm guided to use these words because this is truly anchored into the new moon in Scorpio and the messages of Scorpio. Okay, let's get the second card. I'm curious. Oh yes, it's the Star. I didn't reveal it to you. The Star, upright and so, so lovely. So the Star upright, my God. And then we get this Star card, which is just such a beautiful card to follow with these messages of guidance and serenity and hope. You know, this is a desire to know the truth. This is communicating with nothing held back and to be living in that space, open and honest. You know, in the tarot story, this card comes after the Tower. So it's the calm after the storm. It's the lightning. So the Tower represents, you know, it's like this lightning flash that's passed. And now we're in this place of healing and hope. And we are literally in the realms of the Star. This is a message to meditate, to take the time to visualize or to get anchored into the knowing that this is a promise of renewal into our lives. You know, to do that deep dive and to examine our aspirations and desires. It's a reminder to live our truth. You know, this is the card of creativity and talent and inner strength from inspiration, where the artistic passions get their fullest expression. It's here, it's in this star card, and it's recognition by others as well. Oh, sorry, my camera is high, so I have to keep standing up to see, so I apologize about that. I'll just keep it here. I have to sit down. Anyway, it's about a deeper inner confidence here, where we have the ability to see things in ways that we haven't before. But we have this deeper trust in ourselves, and we have an ability now to radiate who we really are and express what we believe. I mean, look at her. Like, look at her. Can you sit with her? Can you gaze from her vantage point and see what she sees? You know, knowing that everything is working out brilliantly. If you can't quite get there, reach for her hand. Reach for her hand right there. And this is the lifeline to this access and insight, and to this brighter, reassuring perspective. See the shining clarity in her hand. Be lifted up above it all. I mean, she is dangling, you know, and look at this is just, oh, I love the steampunk. This is just such a beautiful card. If I remember correctly in the book, the story of her dress is that it goes deep into the dark oceans and the turmoil and often turbulent waters, and it rises up into the heavens, and she sits there poised and graceful, and just oh so confident and knowing she is in the spirit of this inner knowledge. Another message I am getting here very strongly is, okay, and this is an answer or guidance to the ones who are struggling with trusting the universe and divine design happening in and around us. So let me try to put words to this. Basically, the easiest way in for this card, or into this card, the way into the energy of this card, requires only a simple decision or a shift in belief. So if you can forget everything for a moment, and if you can ask yourself the question posed by Einstein, do I live in a friendly universe? The answer to this simple question will literally dictate how you experience your life. It's that energy and that knowing and that philosophy about what you focus on expands. So that's just for some. But if the answer is already a hell yes, and you have not been wavering on your path, ask yourself right now, what inspires me right here, right now? What is being renewed or purified in my life right here, right now? Yeah, those are the messages. Right here, right now, in this new moon of Scorpio, brilliantly brought to you by the star. Okay, so these ones I do know because I saw the bottom of the deck. And again, this is only for your, of all of the ones, because I pulled everything and now I'm doing the readings for everyone. It has only happened with this pull. Great, great energy of the King of Pentacles. Now, okay, I'm going to do the reveal slowly. So the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the mastery. It's the mastery of abundance and prosperity. This king is practical. He observes keenly. He has the capacity to manifest skills in the outer world because he is the harvester of such things. You know, he doesn't mind enjoying and spending, but he is also creating and ensuring that the harvest is there, ripe for the picking. You know, he's probably the happiest of all kings. because he is that harvester of such things, and he knows how to, it's pentacles. He knows how to enjoy it. This is somebody who's trustworthy, who has great influence. He's quite comfortable with himself. He uses his enlightenment not just for himself, but for the betterment of others. He finds joy in doing that. So it is this card, like he is altruistic and he enjoys recognizing abilities and talents in others. So the incredible thing, and again, I don't even know how I paid attention to this because normally I would just take it and run, but again, I'm just doing things a little differently than I normally do. I noticed that when I took this card to add it, it was the Queen of Pentacles. And so I thought, that's interesting. The King followed by the Queen of the same suit, and the Pentacles again being this, interesting message. Look what followed, guys. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, in that order. And this is a deck that I often use. So how I don't even know how to explain this. I'll put it with the energy of brown. So this is the bottom of the deck right here, coming in. This followed in succession with that, which only supports that message. Because the bottom of the deck was a sequence and support from all of these court cards, or the Disc of Pentacles, it's like 4 kinds of physical or external world mastery. So, think of the King as the prosperity and abundance, and the Queen, let's see if I can remember this. She's diet and nutrition, like a fruitful, wholesome nutrition. And the Prince, or the Knight is, like the master of exercise and the body. And the Page is basically mastering your own creativity or giving birth, to new forms. So you have 2 major arcanas here. One is reversed, which is okay because it's still a positive message. It's, how we're reading this. So you have 2 major arcanas here telling us the story of communication and hope, and the overall energy coming from this suite of court cards and the suite of pentacles, which is the outer world physical stuff, which just cements in, it's always indicative of what's happening in your external reality or your outer world. I mean, honestly, this could not be any clearer. We have the serendipity of both the Magician, even in the reverse, and the Star card. Both of them are requiring access to our spiritual world, or faith, in accessing the energy or the life force it offers us. So if you want to think of it in terms of blind faith, it's the best blind faith you can have, because it's not blind faith in another human, it's blind faith in something that is what ultimate faith, belief, trust is. And it's just amazing because, again, it's just accessing that energy or that life force that it offers us. It is required of us right now. It's saying, in the essence and context of the gifts of this reading, it's required. And it's just amazing. I just love the way they work with me. So it's amazing how we start to tell the story and why Einstein popped up with the friendly universe. I don't normally think of that with that card. And again, I'm just trying to sort it so I can explain it clearly. That all of us have the access if we choose to believe. That, like we are given the power of the Pentacle court cards, all of them in this orderly succession, here on earth, in this physical time, space, reality. And in this orderly succession, following the King, who's screaming loudly to me that abundance is in this space and time, and it's yours for it's yours for the taking. It's in this life, in this world, in this reality. It's on offer. And for those of you who have chosen this, it's yours for the taking. So the question is, can we line up with it to receive it? Okay, wow. All right. Can we line up with it to receive it? Oh, okay. Can we, oh my God. Come to the edge so you can discover you can fly. Okay, you guys, it could not be any clearer. Wisdom of the Oracle card. This is by Canadian Colette Baron Reed. I just treasure this Oracle deck. So before I speak, please just take a good look at this card. I'm trying to see how I can find, okay, take a good look at this card. What does this remind you of? Because here's this card of courage. I mean, we're dancing about on this podium in the sky with eternity surrounding us. And I mean, what if we fall? Hello? This is like furthering this message from the star. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's so reminiscent visually of that steampunk star card, and I just love it because it just speaks. It is this leap of faith, you know. It is this inner knowing and this inner confidence. You know, that I'm ready even if I'm insecure. I will be carried and guided. And it is more important now to shine my light and to carry my message and to speak my truth and to be living in that space of open and honest and total communication with nothing held back. Okay, that was pure, that was a huge message, guys. So now two separate messages coming in, and I'm just taking into consideration the twin flame as well, but the two separate messages that are coming in right now, but they actually can tie together, is that it's time to take that step. You know, and you, the viewer, will know what area this applies to. And here's the thing, you needn't know, you know, where it will take you or what it will entail, but in the spirit of all these messages coming in for this reading right now, know that this is the perfect moment to take that risk. And it will be better than you ever imagined it. Now, this can mean as a direct result of the risk, or better yet, what it triggers or opens up inside of you. This incredible avalanche that might come forth from this one tiny step into the unknown. Hold and visualize and embody and aspire to this. Being held, anchored in the universe. I mean, there's no suspension here. How is this happening? She is connected to Earth, and yet she is a star shining bright. I mean, I'm using words, but my words really can't describe. So this is why, you know, please pause this video, listen to what is the message is coming through. You will probably be getting clear words. And if even strange, interesting, digressed, inappropriate thoughts come through, just make a quick note of them and go back to them and explore them, or pause this and explore them, you know, right now. Anyway, so that was the first message. The second message included, because I almost just forgot about it, was just Shamuel. I love Shamuel. Oh my God. Okay. So the next message included is for a love or relationship message because of the preceding card, you know, this one here rather, Angus and twin flame. You can see his doves. I love the four doves and the swan and the song. Yeah, because of, you know, and my favorite Shamuel showing up in the mix right now hugely. So be brave enough to be seen. This is the message. Be yourself. Show yourself, your whole self. Whether it's going to be in love or friendship, risk being seen for who you truly are. That's what I'm hearing. Risk being seen for who you truly are. And if it helps bolster your courage, or if it amps your desire, no, I'm seeing, this is like I'm in Vegas and I'm seeing the double down card. So this is the symbol of, like, just know that this one act of this one risk of being really true and risking to be seen for who you really are, that this one act will double down your result, and literally it will take you over the edge. It will take you over the edge. And it will take you into a whole new level of experience and connection. So again, this is an obvious love reading, but I also want you to be, I'm also clearly getting that this is for relationships in general, to risk being seen for who you are out there in the world. It can be, and when I say temporary relationships, it can even be with, it can be colleagues, it can be people that you run into and will never run into again. I mean, I have a different perspective on what I look at as soulmates. I mean, or how I'm using the term soulmates when I'm using it. But I truly do believe if we take a look at every action or interaction that we have, there's always gifts in it, and we might not like how it's appearing or how it's showing up in our life, but sometimes those are the ones that actually do take us to the next level. So yeah. Oh yeah, huge messages here. Take that risk, come to the edge. You have the magic, you have the access to tap in. Right now you don't, because it's not, but this is where the mastery occurs. This is where you will be mindfully led and not just kind of aimlessly kind of wander into this cool thing. Yeah, I don't want to paraphrase the wisdom of Abraham Hicks, so I won't, but I think those of you who understand what I'm saying will get it. Yeah, okay, so just know that will take you over the edge. So the final thing that I'm really getting, and this is you have nothing to lose, is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing even just this aimless step out into the abyss, but actually there's nothing to lose. There's nowhere that you will be falling, that you will not be taken care of. And that anything actually lost was never meant to be, and that what is truly meant to be will not pass you by. But first you must leap and take that step. Wow. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to summarize this because they're just giving me so many great images. So again, if you can literally decide to embrace this energy of being taken over the edge, of being cradled, in that star energy, and dancing on the edge. That is going to multiply your results beyond anything that you could possibly imagine and get you into a whole different level of connection and divine and earthly experience, you know, and that you really don't have, and they keep just saying nothing to lose, nothing to lose, nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose, and that anything that you experience or you think, you know, as a physical or even experiential loss, first of all, it was never meant to be, and it would never have played through anyway. But what is truly meant to be will not pass you by. But again, first you have to leap. You've got to take that step. Okay. All right, so these are, I was going to do animal cards, and I decided I preferred something a little bit different. So, I mean, it is in the spirit of animal energy. I'm stalling because I can't remember the name of this deck, but oh my God. You guys, wow, wow, wow. We get the peacock now. All right, I'm going to find the page to read the peacock's message, but can you take a look at this? Oh, so the peacock is literally it's the epitome of grace and beauty. I mean, this is the symbol of true beauty, and this is the kind that transcends the physical. You know, this is offering lessons about self-love and facing the unknown with a courage and a confidence. You know, so you've got this peacock strutting into your realm right here, right now, bringing you this energy of courage, you know, for that next step, exuding true inner confidence, because she is reclaiming, she is reintroducing, it's the reimagined you. I mean, this is truly the new moon in Scorpio, indeed. Okay, wait, I have to find this book now. Hold our horses. The Winged Enchantment. Wow, okay, so the Winged Enchantment, and this is the only thing I really do want to read from the book. I am Peacock. It's number 26. I am Peacock, the glory of multifaceted expression. I am everything that shimmers. I am all that radiates. I am divinity manifest in physical form. I am the power of flash and the influence of physical beauty. I am the reflection of inner grace on the outside. I am the mirror of everything magnificent. You need to accept and own your body, for it is a mirror of the soul. To be aware of spirit is essential, but not to the exclusion of physicality. We take our forms for a reason, to express our uniqueness in the world. Vanity is no sin, but a deep appreciation of our creation when grounded in a healthy love of self. Break out the colors, fluff the feathers, don your finest threads. I have come to teach you how to flaunt with grace, emanating a true beauty from every facet of your being. You are beauty inside and out. You are body, mind, and spirit. You are effortless charm. You are Peacock. Wow, you guys. I was going to say, we could just end right there. I mean, I can't even, I can't. I think it's so interesting that this is all in this stable, grounding, earthy, brown energy here. And to me, again, it's about anchoring into our physical beings and being able to go out there in the world, see and experience and share life coming from this spiritual plane. Oh my gosh, I mean, honest to God, I couldn't even, this is just so brilliant to me. One other thing, and I'm not going to get into it because this is getting to be very long. I don't know how I'm supposed to edit this or post them. I think I'll have to do them separately, which might work because then I can upload them probably faster. Oh my God, we're at 44 minutes. Okay, so there's one other message that's coming through, but I'm not going to indulge it fully. I will just say that for those of you who are struggling in their physical selves, if it's actual or perceptual, in other words, whether we have a warped sense of our physical being, or whether we can't accept the true sense of our physical being, there are deeper messages here for you. So feel free to, I will include my email. Feel free to email me or to comment and ask broader questions, and I can potentially dive deeper, or we can have a deeper reading elsewhere at a different time. All right, so, my God. Okay, guys, this is Chuck Spezzano. Okay, so Chuck Spezzano, I love this guy. He has created many decks. I've read pretty much all of his books. And he is a therapist. I believe he has his PhD. And here's a perfect example of someone who is anchored into this world, but who accesses the energy and taps into the power of something way beyond this physical world to help heal, his patients and beyond. Anyway, so this is from the healing cards. This is like from the conspiracy deck. I always get, I don't want to say a little nervous, but I don't, because I know these cards, but sometimes you'll see this as a conspiracy because it's divided into different areas. Anyway, we'll see what this is for today. All right, forget it. This is, you can't have it any better than this. Having it all, and this is from the grace portion of the deck. Okay, I'm gonna quickly open up because, let's see, having it all. Yeah, having it all transcends all karma and soul patterns to bring about the best that life can be this side of enlightenment. So it's the card of high mastery. It's accelerating the evolution of the earth, benefiting everyone. Again, this message, please hear this, everybody that picked this. You have access right now to something bigger and better than you could ever have imagined. And we don't know how that will physically manifest or how it will evolve even, but just begin with small steps, because this card really is having it all. It's abundance in every area, in love, in family, in happy relationships, in living your purpose, in embracing, who you are, your destiny, true love, and communicating with, the divine. This is success on the outer plane of what we consider earth, and on the inner plane and the higher plane of what we consider spiritual, or fill in your words. But it's knowing the power of our will and spirit and tapping into and accessing that which is the card of high mastery, getting there. That's symbolic of this King of Pentacles, which is that was the energy underneath it, underneath, what you have access to, if you can, if you can guide your mind, choose your thoughts, or accept whatever comes through, and then choose to perceive it with, a story that benefits you. So receiving this card from this deck, from the enlightenment, from the conspiracy deck, or from these healing, it's the healing cards. You want to use right now the power of your mind and your heart and your prayers to raise, your station to a whole new level. So you want to get, and I'm reading this directly from the book, and you can open the door to do it right now, and you can do it and use it for yourself and for others, because there is so much happiness, and there's so much happiness around you, and you need only now get onto the right frequency and vibration to tap in, to tune in, and to experience it. All right, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I forgot. I always pick a little angel card. So the message here, it's the beautiful message of acceptance. Can we accept where we are in this moment? Can we accept how we've come to be, with all the mess, with all the drama, with all the mistakes, quote unquote, real or imagined? Can we be in acceptance in order to open up and to allow so much more into our lives? Okay, I will include in the description box the poem that I read and anything else, any other messages that I'm getting from Spirit that can be easily or nimbly translated into that space. And for now, I wish you many, many divine blessings from all of this starlight and from much light and love. Thank you.